Hello everyone, my name is Saf. You are watching Grey on Tech TV, and in this session we will be continuing on the UI UX series. As usual, if you have not done yet so, do hit that subscribe button and like the video if you are enjoying my Appian series. Today we'll be continuing on some patterns, so let's see. Last time we have seen the implementation of navigation. So today we'll be continuing on a different flavor of navigation. So just like we have seen navigation earlier, so today we'll understand how the navigation collapsible works. So let me just create another interface for the same. I'll do GUP nav series part 2. My bad, typo. The interface is being created. So going back to the patterns, and we have navigation collapsible. Let's drag and drop navigation collapsible and understand what's the difference between a normal navigation and navigation collapsible. Okay. There's some connection issue with the security certificate of Appian documentation for my browser. Let's try one more time. Again, it's a privacy error. Let's continue on the navigation collapsible. There is no major change with the navigation by default and how the navigation collapsible works. The only difference is when you click on this rich text. So there would be, I assume there would be some flag which will collapse the headings and only icons will be visible. And the outer layout that is having a fixed width will be, you know, having the width as wide as icon only. When I click on this, so I can see the icons are enlarged and they are still working as navigation. The only thing is on the click, we are reducing the width of the column layout that which we have seen in the previous lecture. So technically this is an extension of what we have done here. So here you can see we don't have the collapsible functionality. So in order to make it collapsible, we have to allow the user to click on a button or something, this text kind of. So we'll be able to make our code like this. I assume we'll see the code later. I assume that when you click on this, the text would be hidden, the column width would be more, the column would shrink on a more high level. For the right hand side, the content area, you'll be having more width. That's how the navigation will become collapsible. Now let's focus on the code. I'll not repeat the explanation which is already existing for the previous video. I'll only pick the code which is unique. So if you're directly coming on this video, I recommend you to watch a video uploaded just previous to this in the playlist where I have explained the basic navigation in a detailed manner. So as discussed, we are having a list of map which is having name and icon and which is basically iterating through having for each here. Now next thing, this is the main active collapsible section. What we have to focus is we have to focus on this rich text, what it is doing. Basically, it is having a logic on collapsible nav. So if we click on this, collapse nav becomes true. If we click on this back again, collapse nav becomes false. Let's focus on this rich text display field and understand how the logic works. So here you can see that link. This rich text display field is having a property called link. And inside the link, we are having a dynamic link to be loaded here. And the value is not of local bank collapsible nav. So if we start fresh, by default, local bank collapse nav will be false. Now when you click on this, you know, the not of false is true. So true will be saved in local bank collapsible collapse nav. When you click on this, true will be saved into that value, right? You can see true is saved. When you click on it again, so not of true is false. False will be saved. Again and again click on this. So this flag is actually configured in the width of the column layout as well as the show and hide of the text. So let's see first the width of the column layout and then we'll see the rest of the things later. So here you can see this is the first column layout which is having the contents. In the column layout, as discussed earlier, here you can see that if local bank collapse nav is true, then the width will be extra narrow, else it will be narrow. Right now you can see there is a false condition, so it is by default narrow, right? Just in the previous example, we are having narrow, not just like the same. But if this becomes true by clicking on this, the collapse nav becomes true, and the width will become extra narrow the moment collapse nav becomes true. So this is how because of one flag, we are able to, you know, make it a little bit more in a more better in terms of user experience, and we are able to, use the same flag for doing other operations as well. So I hope you understood from the width part. So width of the column layout is working through, you know, true and false of local bank collapse nav. Next thing, let's focus on how the heading is being generated. Let's go inside a bank for each and see. First thing is for icon. So ignore this one right now. Uh, this code is for icon, name, link style, color, accessibility text. Okay, so if local bank collapse nav is true, then we are actually rendering a different rich text display field. Else we are doing a normal one. So technically you can see that if local bank collapse nav is true, so the code will be replaced. You'll be technically seeing a rich text. You know, all that this is just the rich text code that is being rendered on the condition of local bank collapse nav. So if local bank collapse nav becomes true, so the else condition will not be rendered and the card layout, which is the by default condition, a rendering of the interface, will be ignored. And if it becomes false, so the else condition will follow. If it becomes true, so we'll follow this one. Coming back to this one, we are having a bang rich text display field. Inside that, we are having a bang rich text icon, and we are having some certain implementation of how the navigation will work. Just like we are having, the previous implementation. So if you see, we are having link, dynamic link, we are saving the FVBang index to activate collapsible section. Even in the card layout, you see, you are having inside the side by side item. What do you have? Link, dynamic link, FVBang index, local bank, save into local bank active collapsible nav section. So with this context, we understood that the functionality of navigation will remain the same. It's just the look and feel will be changed when you are having the local bank collapse nav as true. Local bank collapse nav as true means the icons will become big and you will be able to collapse the width. Here the rich text code is visible and this is the normal code. So that's all about the major functionality of how a single Boolean flag can be utilized to make your navigation as collapsible. This is just a standard design is followed and provided by Appian. You can customize your design by providing your own icons and different type of unique sections pertaining to your project or your own code. Other than this, I find nothing unique to explain. The rest of the other things are same. So just to showcase you the similarities, I'll copy the condition for A bang match. Yeah. So this is the, sorry, instead of, yeah, we are having choose function. So I'll copy the whole choose and I'll replace it here. Now you can see that whatever we did pre local bank active nav section. Hmm. So we have to replace it here. Actually the variable name is different. Hmm. Local bank collapsible nav sections dot name. Okay, let's copy it and paste it here. Are we missing something? Hmm. We are having an unmatched open parenthesis. Okay. Copy this section layout, collapse this 2 times, paste it 2 times. Now this will work fine. We save this code and we test it from scratch. Here we can see that earlier we had the milestone code, which was explained in the previous lecture. This is a vertical milestone basically. Click on next, individually it will work. Click on next, it individually it will work, right? Click on back, you can see that the child interfaces are being changed, right? So this is the vertical milestone previously explained in the video. Here you can see the navigation is working with its own functionality. So there is the code that is discussed in the previous lecture. Now the collapsible navigation, this is what I'm explaining about. This is the collapsible navigation. Still it will work as expected. So yeah, if you really like my explanation, drop a subscribe, drop a comment if you want me to cover any specific topic with UI, because right now I'm continuing on the UI series. And other than this, keep learning, and yeah, don't forget to share it with your friends and motivate others to learn and continue to grow in your career. Till then, thank you.